because of coronavirus, people have to be distant. And now you're going to take what was the learning environment where you were in person with people. You were actually, in your case, teaching them about how to stand next to animals or how to
That's
calf,
right, how to move them, yeah.
how to physically be there. And now that's not happening. So how do you think coronavirus is impacting people's ability to learn right now, both autistic and just normies like me?
I think it affects different majors differently. Okay, the computer people invented the stuff we're talking on right now. The computers, programming, math, that stuff works fine online. But the computer people need to be careful, because what works well for them, it's not going to work well for a theater class, let's say. Well, you're putting on a play. We have a fashion design department. Unless you've got a fancy sewing machine, you're not going to do that at home. Or surgery for veterinarians. How are you going to do car mechanics online? Yes, there's things you can learn, but there's a point where you've got to actually take the car apart and actually do it. And I'm very concerned. We have a gigantic shortage right now of high-end skilled trades, and we're losing skills because we took it out of the schools 25 years ago. Okay, let's look at these big food factories. I've worked with every major meat company, and it's very interesting how the engineering is done in these plants, and they're all the same. The visual thinkers like me lay out the whole entire plant. We get given the title of draft person, but we do a lot more than that. Lay out the whole entire plant. Also, the visual thinkers make the very clever equipment, like a super clever packaging machine. That's made by the visual thinkers. So what do the mathematicians do? Boilers, refrigeration, roof trusses, water, power. What's happened now, when new processing plants have been put in, all of the clever engineering stuff is coming from Europe because they've kept skilled trades. Like a new poultry processing plant just was built last year. 100 shipping containers of stuff from Europe. Beautiful equipment. Each shipping container is equal to one semi-truck load because they still kept their skilled trades. And these kind of skills you're not going to do this stuff online. You see that?
And it strikes me as once the skill is not here, it's very difficult to reshore it into the United States. So people that are learning how to do it have to learn from people that know how to do it, and to be able to propagate it out and teach more people.
I didn't realize how bad this was until about 3 years ago. We were teaching a class at one of the great big pork plants, and I was looking at all the equipment in there, and I got a tour of two of these gigantic plants, and the stuff was all imported. But then I go, okay, the building, the refrigeration, that stuff we made. The thing's more mathematical stuff, but all is super clever conveyors. Then I went to a big tech company. I can't tell you where I went. Super fancy tech factory. I went there last year, signed a non-disclosure. I can't tell you where it is or what it does, but it had a lot of conveyors in there to move stuff around in the factory. Those came from Germany. And I'm going, we've got some serious problems here. And this is the stuff online learning. Yeah, you can learn certain things online, but there's a point where you're going to have to work on the car. There's a point where you got to get out and work on conveyors. Boy, and I've worked on them. I've seen every way conveyors can mess up. And you don't learn that until you've actually done it.